Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you are watching this week's Wednesday video, it's yours truly, none other than Patrice L. Berry, EA, aka the Tax Cop, coming to you to break things down on this fourth week of October. You all, can we give a round of applause for last week? For those of y'all did not watch, I need you to go back where Mrs. Miranda Harper Penn came in and she waxed deep for us. She broke that thing down because y'all the week before I was doing what I could. I was not 100% out of my swim lane because I look at it from a different angle, right? I actually deal with nonprofits from the resolution side of the house, not 100% from the preparation, the foundation, the infrastructure, like I do for profit businesses. So I went and got you an expert to be able to break that thing down, let you know what you need to do, give you the steps so that you can set things up for you and your family in a wonderful way. Or anybody else that is thinking, you know what, I do have a profit side, but I also want to do a nonprofit and did not know all the things I need to be prepared for because, hey, I didn't realize that it was just I can't just file at my state and keep it pushing, but I also have to make sure that I'm in good graces and I have to go through the application process because it actually 501c3, all those things are actually a section in the code. Okay? So if you didn't watch it, go back. She does wax deep. It's like a mini podcast. Take notes, reach out to the person that can help you, not yours truly, but get what you need to get. This week, I want to break stuff down, right? We're coming to the end of the year. And if you have not done inventory on your income and your expenses so far, now would be a great time to go look at your financial statements or your spreadsheets or wherever you're keeping stuff so you can understand what your bottom line looks like. Why? Because it's a great time that for you to actually take a hard look, determine what's going on, make sure that everything is working in your favor so that it can all come together the way you need it to come together. Why is this that we want it to come together that way? We needed to come together that way. We needed to come together that way for a crucial reason. Not just so we can get in front of the taxes and determine if we got any estimated tax payments that are coming our way that we need to pay by Q4 or by December 31st, right? So Q4 estimated taxes are due by January 15th or by December 31st if you want to just give yourself that cushion. But now is a great time as we gear ourselves up, right? A lot of companies run Black Friday specials. Get your radars up, make sure stuff is good. Now would be a great time to lock yourself into a rate for those expenses and prepay expenses for software, for subscriptions. Get in front of things. Why? Because depending on how you do accounting, and I know y'all probably like, every time she keep going deep. What is going on? If we talking cash accrual accounting basis, right? Every time this would be a great era to be like, you know what? I've had this on my list to help my processes work smoother. I need to get the best deal, and the best deals normally come Black Friday day on equipment that I wanted, or I needed a new chair, or I definitely need to get my subscription together and now I'll need more than one seat because they are giving licenses out and I need two seats. So if I wait until then, I can get a better deal. I'll give y'all an idea. I am in a year-long investor mentorship, and I already have like TradingView. Anybody who's an investor, TradingView is the bomb, right? I have a paid subscription to TradingView, but I'm looking to upgrade. And so I'm waiting for that Black Friday deal. Why? Because there's some features that I do not have in the subscription level that I'm currently in that I would love to upgrade to another level to get some of those. And I want it to be at a comparable price. So, and you're looking at me and like, huh? Well, TradingView is very crucial for me as an individual as well as for my business because my business has an investor, has its own brokerage account, right? And I am actually trading in my business brokerage account as well as investing in my business brokerage account for the future, right? And I'm doing the same thing in my personal account. So I'm looking for a way to be able to have some benefits that are there that are going to be able to be uh, nice to the pockets, right? Beneficial to the pockets, but also benefit the business expenses that I can take, right? So always look at it. Now I'll tell you, I have done some things where I have made some investments in software at the around this time of the year, the holiday season. We'll go to Black Friday to Cyber Monday, and realize that I've gone a year without using those packages because they didn't benefit me the way I thought they were going to benefit me. I normally take this after tax season, right? Because there still is nonprofit and I'm still working on taxes. I don't want anybody listening to me like, she busy doing this, that, and other. She not doing video, doing taxes. I still got taxes to do. I am an enrolled agent. Taxes happen for me year round. Estimated taxes. I have accounting clients that I work with. I have clients that submitted their organizers after the fact or during as close to the deadline as possible, and we didn't make it past it, so we're still filing tax returns. I don't want anybody to think that I am not paying attention or loving on you all. I really am. However, there are things that I do in this nice, I'm gonna say 3 to 4 week window, not video, 3 to 4 week window right before the IRS closes down e-file. Did y'all realize that e-file still stays open up to right after Veterans Day, right before Thanksgiving? Why? Because that's when nonprofits have to file. So right after that nonprofit filing, we start to have a close down of the individual side and then the business software side. So for e-filing, so that the IRS can do their resurfacing of the equipment, making sure the new tax code information is going to be there, and making sure that when they decide to open up tax season, normally after Martin Luther King birthday, that we can run, and they only got to work out kinks. So the software at the IRS does go down. I am going to caveat right here and tell you, that does not mean that just because you cannot e-file, that you should not file your taxes by the end of the year. That doesn't mean stop. That means still work with your tax professional, right? Even with your failure to file penalties and your failure to pay penalties if you owe. Because if you do not, right? If you do not, you will not have those. If you're getting a refund back, we are filing to get our money, right? We can still mail paper returns. And anybody who's worked with me before knows we will go up until my office is closed for the holiday to make sure that your stuff for that current year is taken care of. Why? Because I want the next year to be as easy as possible for you so that we can get in front of it. And we are definitely working on that. So that's my spiel of don't throw in the towel because you did not file. Don't wait and put another thing behind. Keep pushing forward. Let's get 2023 done. And if you need anything to do before and you're behind, then holler at us, right? If you're one of ours, holler at us so we can come up with a game plan. But I say all that to go back to the main topic at hand is this is when I do evaluation of my tech stack. And y'all, my tech stack is something serious, okay? And I go through and I say, do I have all the tech I need? Do I have all the equipment I need? What's going on? Am I adjusting prices for services? Am I repackaging things? Are we at a good price point? Do we need to adjust stuff? What is our mix? What are our plans going into Q4? How are we going to do stuff? Because in November is when I open up the opportunity for clients that were thinking about working with us on a tax planning program for a year, that we actually open that opportunity up so that people can be considered and sign up, right? We open that up for a small window. And then I also make sure that we have the right tools in our arsenal to be able to serve in a capacity that I have the mission of and the vision to serve for the upcoming year. Always, always, always. Now I'm going to tell you how I make that decision. I go to the throne of grace. I truly do. God, what would you have me to do in the upcoming year? Y'all, I look off to the side. Our focus areas in TTE, excuse me, are tax planning, tax relief, and education for small business owners and investors. Why? Because I feel like those are the areas where I can show up in my authentic self and give the best version of me to you all and to serve in this capacity. That does not mean that we don't do accounting. That does not mean we do not do business consulting. It doesn't. It just means that the primary focus is making sure that the information that we are pushing out to the IRS and the comptrollers, that we lead with that. Why? Because, as I had to tell a client recently, I'm the one who snitches on you. Yes, the W-2s and the 1099-Rs and the 1099-Ks and all those kind of things, I've already snitched. But the report we put together, that tax return we put together, is what gets you audited. And because of that, we're going to be focusing on that in the month of November, so you know how to get ready for it. But the reason why it's crucial is because we need to make sure that what's presented on that 1040 is accurate. What is presented on the 1065 for my partnerships is accurate. What's presented on my 1120S and my 1120s for my S corporations and my C corporations is accurate. What we're printing on our 1041s for our states is accurate, because if they come back and ask questions, if the program that it goes to don't match and you get a notice, we got to be ready to go. So that's why we're focusing on that in November. But I will tell you, the thing that triggers it all is your source documentation. So this is where income and expenses come in, y'all. You got to know what your income is. You need to know what expenses and deductions you are able to legally take, and you need to know where that deduction is. And if you are looking for ways to package it and actually get in front and reduce that profit legally because you do not want to pay as much tax, now is a great time to do that assessment of the things you need in your business to determine whether or not you have those. Get us some expenses and get some things taken care of. If there's some continuing education you need in the field you are already in, and you've been, I'm going to take that coach's program, I'm going to buy this, and you've been putting it off, now is a great time to do it. Why? Because it could impact the bottom line of your business. It could impact what is being taxed and what's not being taxed. And it's a great resource for you to be able to get that money to yourself by investing in what's going to happen with your business instead of giving that money to Uncle Sam. I'm not trying to tell you to do anything that's illegal. I'm actually telling you to do everything that is very, very legal and what businesses do when they're evaluating and seeing, okay, what things do we need to invest in? How do we move forward with actually making sure that everybody gets what they need to do, make sure that our employees and our team members get paid, and making sure that we are reducing our bottom line as legally low as possible so we can pay our fair share of taxes and not too much. So I'm not going to go no further. I'm going to let you think about it. If you've done an inventory and us talking about it helps, and you want to kind of bounce off ideas and stuff that's in your tech stack, send us a message. Let us know if this video was helpful for you. Until next week when we close everything out, y'all have a great one. I will be going out of town to a tax planning conference, y'all, for the rest of the week. So that's where I am, getting the education, making the investments, making sure we get some expenses so we can better serve you all in 2025. Until next week, peace, y'all.